What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about Canadian news. Because as an American, I never get to see Canadian news here in the United States from any of our news or media. So today, I'd like to take some time to learn about the current news and events happening in Canada right now. Starting with Canadian Pacific Railway cars catch fire while rolling through downtown London, Ontario. There's a city named London in Canada? London? Well, anyway, that's not important right now. A whole railway, like train, caught on fire? Look at this picture. Look at this photo. It looks like the world is on fire. What the real question here is like how much destruction did this cause? Did anyone get hurt from this? See, this is the kind of thing where it's like I had not heard at all about this. I had no idea. This doesn't even make the American news. A whole Canadian Pacific Railway car catching fire, rolling through downtown London, Ontario. I'm not exactly sure where that is, to be honest. London Fire says no one is hurt. Well, that's good. That's kind of incredible. No one is hurt after 5 Canadian Pacific Railway train cars caught fire while traveling eastbound through downtown London, Ontario, late on Sunday night. How did 5 railway cars catch on fire? It even looks like they might have some video. Railways Oversight Body investigating. No injuries, and damage is estimated $25,000. I mean, that's a lot of money, but for like 5 railway cars exploding in downtown in a Canadian city, it only cost $25,000. That's pretty amazing. And more importantly, no injuries even. This was like nothing. This was just like a cool fireworks show. Like no one even got hurt. It was just like people looking out their windows going, "Hey, look at that. Train's on fire." That's strange. That's bad. I'm glad I can joke around about this because no one actually got hurt. London Fire says no one is hurt after 5 Pacific Railway cars caught fire. Anything else? There was exposure to a building close by. They were able to contain the fire away from the building. Huh. Additional crews arrived within an hour. Put a good knockdown on the fire. Really put it under control in an hour and 20 minutes. This is like like hell on earth and then totally normal within an hour. That's pretty amazing. There's actually a video here. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So it looks like it's in the car, the cab of the train. And they say it touched a building or something. Yeah, get it. Spray it. I don't know why I'm yelling at it. This already happened in the past. Okay. Very good. Yeah, kudos to the London, Ontario Police Department. Cool. All right. Let's keep going. I thought we were going to start off with such a depressing, bad headline for the day. But, like, that's bad, but not as bad as it could have been. Like, no one even got hurt or anything. Okay. What else? What are some other interesting headlines today? Edmonton condo at risk of collapse to be sold as a corporate law clouds hope for court fight. I don't know what all that legal mumbo jumbo is about law clouds. I don't know if that is that a cloud or something. I don't know what that means. What it has to do with clouds have to do with law, but it's kind of scary that this is at risk of collapse. I remember a few years ago in the United States, I forget what city, but there was a condo, a big condominium building or apartment building that collapsed, and they found out it was unstable or built on unstable ground or foundation, and it collapsed, and a lot of people died, and that was really scary. So just hearing this, that they know this condo is at risk of collapse, like I hope no one's living there, that kind of thing. I don't really know if I want to look into all the corporate law clouds hoping for a court fight. Doesn't sound terribly interesting to me. British Columbia bans self-driving vehicles on its roads. Oh, interesting. There's quite a few companies now coming out with self-driving vehicles in various stages of technological advancement. Transport Canada doesn't permit the purchase or import of automated vehicles. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is like a automatic Uber. It's really fascinating. I'm not too surprised because there's like different levels of self-driving vehicles that like kind of grade how technologically advanced they are. If they understand just going in a straight line, then some can actually understand stop signs and road signs and traffic lights now, and it's getting pretty crazy. It's a little scary to think that cars are going to drive themselves, and I do believe like they said when we were kids, it's finally kind of coming that cars are going to drive themselves. Maybe not for 10 or 20 more years when they're sure it's safe. But I think there's a lot of data coming in, at least, that it's like compared to the average human, like they're getting to the point where a car might be a better driver. But then it's like for the ones that get into accidents, like who no one, it doesn't sit well for anyone if like a robot like actually does get in an accident and kills someone. And it's, yeah, that's interesting though. So they're just straight up banning it in British Columbia. um I don't know, I don't have much more opinion on that. I hope as far as self-driving cars go that we're as safe and responsible with that as possible. But I'm guessing, like all technology, it's going to be inevitably come, like everything seems to be. And then after that, we'll all just be sitting in our little virtual reality pods. We won't even need self driving cars. We'll just have our headsets on. We'll be fine. This teen was poisoned by carbon monoxide on the job. Oh my god. His parents say the employer got off easy. Where was he working that he got carbon monoxide poisoning? And, oh my god. I don't even know what carbon monoxide does to you. Saskatchewan, Kenora, Saskatchewan, started feeling sick. What was the job? The meat department at a local co-op grocery. Got lightheaded and dizzy. Oh my god, he had to spend hours in a hyperbaric chamber? As with most serious poisoning cases? Jeez. Lack of severe consequences. That's kind of disturbing. It depends on whose fault it was, I guess, but whoever, if there's not the proper carbon monoxide detectors or whatever, there should be consequences for not like being up to code or whatever, or if they're faulty detectors, there should be some accountability here. I hate to hear about that. I'm glad he's alive, at least. Carbon monoxide's very scary. It's kind of hard to detect and it can kill you quickly, I think. Oh my gosh. 7-day stretch of violence reveals extent of issues Saskatoon faces heading into summer 2024. What is going on today? It's gonna be one of those days. Trains are bursting into flames. Self-driving cars are just going crazy. Condos might collapse. Some people are getting poisoned by carbon monoxide, and Saskatoon faces violence? What's all this about? Perfect, perfect mixing pot of what can go wrong. See, I haven't heard about any of this. That there's violence in Saskatoon for 7 days now. Over what? Late afternoon on Monday, when a gut-stabbed teen collapsed on a bench in front of dozens of onlookers. What? Is that what this is? This picture? Why were they stabbed in the gut? I mean, does it even matter what the reason is? Is there ever really a reason to stab someone in the gut? I'm not going to answer that. Businesses nearby locked their doors. They had surveillance cameras, a 24-year-old suspect. But why is it 7 days of violence? The common refrain from people, what's happening? That's what I'm saying. What is happening here? And this is, I'm not even in Saskatoon or wherever this is. If this is in your community, that's just terrifying. Someone just getting stabbed on the street. I've seen this coming for a long time. It's the perfect mixing pot of what can go wrong. The stabbing was foreshadowed by a violent week in Saskatoon? Really? There were two homicides. Victims 20-year-old Melissa, 25-year-old Cade. What? Two homicides in Saskatoon? These were the seventh and eighth violent deaths in the city so far. What is going on in Saskatoon? I don't know much about Saskatoon. I like saying the name, it's kind of satisfying. Saskatoon. 70 assaults reported across the city. I didn't know Saskatoon was known as like a dangerous place. I've heard the name before. Is it historically dangerous? High crime? There is no gang war. The incidents are isolated and not linked. I don't know if that makes it any better, you know? If there was like a gang activity or a gang war, at least you could point to something and be like, hey, this is the problem. But when all the incidences are isolated and nothing is connected, yet people are getting killed and stabbed, that's almost a scarier situation, because then what do you point to? There's no clear pattern. What? A 25-year-old was shot in the street? What? What? Gang members will kidnap victims and torture them. What is going on? What's going on in Saskatoon? They don't see a better future for tomorrow. This is so sad, and I don't really understand why it's happening or what the solution is. But my heart goes out to Saskatoon. Oh my God. I'm kind of disappointed in a way that there's no real conclusion to that story. It's just like an update about a violence streak in Saskatoon that they don't really anticipate is going to slow down. Oh my God. Anyway, we're still stockpiling reusable bags. Big grocers have adopted solutions, but experts have concerns. This seems a little lighter. Stockpiling reusable bags? Reusable bags? Walmart has launched National Recycling Program for reusable bags. Reusable bags? We don't really have reusable bags much in the United States. Like, is Canada on the recyclable bag train? Because that's really good. That's great. It just kind of shows how different the culture is between Canada and the United States. We don't, yeah, you got to go out of your way to get recyclable bags. Canada's plastic bag ban has unintended consequence? Plastic bag ban? Plastic bags are banned in Canada? Completely banned. There's no plastic bags? Am I hearing this correctly? What? This is news to me. I mean, that's wonderful. Like, good for Canada. Like, watching out for the environment and renewable bags, and I just didn't know it was this extreme. This is extreme to me as an American. I go to the grocery store. I feel bad now. Like, you know, we have had plastic bags forever. It's just normal. You know, they're at the cash register. You stuff all your things into plastic bags and then throw them away later. We're not even very good at recycling, to be honest. Canada's really kicking our butts in this department. That's great. I'm still kind of surprised. Like, plastic bags were banned in Canada? When? That would never go down in the United States, I swear. We love our our garbage, our plastic bags for even though it's not good. Yeah, I didn't know that. All right, interesting. I learn all sorts of things looking at the Canadian news. What else do we have here? Multiple arrests, 19 charges laid in 22.5 million Pearson gold heist. A gold heist? Like the Old West? Like robbing a train? Maybe a flaming train, given today's news. This is a gold heist? Someone stole $22 million in gold? Daring theft, the single largest gold heist in Canadian history? When? What? Say, this is what I mean. Like, Canada can have the biggest, most daring gold heist robbery that sounds like a movie. Like, that can happen, and I don't hear a single peep about this here in the United States. What? Two Air Canada employees played key roles in the theft? What? This really could be a movie. Two men who worked for Air Canada played key roles in the theft of some $22.5 million in gold and cash from Toronto Pearson International Airport last spring? No freaking way. This story is sensational. Belongs in a Netflix series. Seriously. No kidding. This is a carefully planned and well-organized group of criminals from both inside and outside airport facilities. They had insiders in the airport. Were they like flying gold around Air Canada, like an airplane? And what? Two men who worked for the airline were instrumental in pulling it off, but they didn't pull it off, right? Because we know about it. Like we're reading about it right now. So they got caught, right? Canada-wide arrest warrant has been issued for Simran, 31, also from Brampton, and Parmpal, 54, from Brampton, Ontario. No way. What? So they're on the run. No freaking way. There was a $22 million gold heist in Canada. I don't want to say that's kind of awesome because it's bad and crime is bad, but that's just not something you hear about every day. And they should definitely come to justice and like be arrested, but it's an interesting story, you can't deny it. Good Samaritan stopped theft, has 2,000 medical bill waived. That's good. That's good. Good for him. A good Samaritan. Were they injured? $2,000 medical bill. I thought most of that stuff was covered in Canada, like universal health coverage and all that. Anyway, that's besides the point. Alberta wildfire sparked by natural gas rupture under control. Oh man, not more wildfires and stuff. That's so terrible to hear about the Canadian wildfires. I know that's still a problem. Yeah. Tim Hortons says technical errors falsely told people they won $55,000 boat in roll up to win promo. What? This is a Tim Hortons contest. Roll up to win. They accidentally told people they won a $55,000 boat. You just got to give them the boat at that point. Are you kidding me? Tim Hortons has to make enough money. Doesn't like every Canadian like have Tim Hortons like coffee all the time? It's like one of the biggest chains in Canada. They technical errors. This happens at like casinos sometimes, I've heard, where you win a slot machine, but the machine messed up and it told you won. But it's like, what do you mean the machine messed up? The machine doesn't have a mind. It can't think. And it said I won the jackpot. And the emotional distress this would cause you, like to a lot of people, winning a $55,000 boat could be life-changing. So, and then taking that away, I think they should just give them the boat. There shouldn't be this technical error stuff. Coffee Chain sent email to contestant participants apologizing for the error. Tim Hortons, no, this is not right. This is not right. We don't want your sorry emails. Technical errors led coffee drinkers across Canada to believe they won a $55,000 boat. No way. How many people were impacted? It's unclear. Are you kidding me? Wow, I thought this could be really awesome, said one of the winners. But his initial burst of excitement turned into questions when he scrolled, "Congrats on winning! A 2024 boat? Did Tim Hortons send this email out?" Within an hour, they were getting calls from their friends. They also won the boat. Oh my gosh. I went from being a big winner to a loser. Participants considering lawsuits. That'd definitely be the American thing to do. Open a lawsuit. That's just unfortunate. Like, you hate to hear about people suing and stuff, but there's some distress going on here. It's not, thank goodness it didn't say that they won like $1 million. Because then people might have quit their jobs and like, thrown their computer at their boss. And been like, I quit! And then you find out it's not true, and that's awkward. Going back in. to work the next day. That's awkward. I hate to hear about stuff like that. And I think with that, that's a good place to kind of wrap it up for today. There was quite a lot of pretty fascinating Canadian news. That's why I love trying to check out the Canadian news every now and then. So much stuff going on that us Americans are just not aware of. Like, I just do not hear about any of this stuff here. And some of it's really interesting. A lot of it, unfortunately, is also quite sad as well. But that is news. But either way, I do enjoy staying up to date on a lot of this stuff. So I enjoyed this truly. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on any of this Canadian news here today, or if there's any other Canadian news this week that I missed that maybe I should know about. That'd be amazing to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.